Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to hit today is something I've had on the back burner for a couple of days. There's a podcast called Whatever. Great, it's kind of a silly name, but there's a gun control discussion that comes on from an obvious anti-gun lefty, and it defies reality. But I want to show you something crucially important that occurs in this little interview as we go back and forth with Brandon Tatum. This is going to be something I need you guys to watch and send out because there's a lesson for us in the two-way. Everything we linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this one and send this one out because this, I feel, is very important. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, my brothers and sisters, fair warning, you're about to enter the realm of crazy. Flat out crazy. But the reason that I'm showing you this is because it speaks to a few different pieces of the gun control fight that we consistently resist, okay? I'm going to set this up. This is Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum, if you are not aware, is a conservative, I don't want to say advocate because that's not really the right word. He's a conservative commentator on YouTube. He has a radio show, all the things. All right, so check this out. Let me set this up. This is about the question on this podcast to a woman, would you date a man with a gun? That's the entire premise. Listen to what she says. And like I said, there's big things here.
So your concern would be he might use the gun on you?
Even if he owned the gun or whatever, let's say that didn't happen to me. I don't like guns.
Okay, so you don't like.
I don't agree with the whole thing. I don't believe in them. I wouldn't.
Wait a minute, you don't believe in them? What do you mean? You think nobody should have guns?
I just don't feel. Why do you need to have a gun? Why do you need to kill somebody? Why do you need to hurt somebody with a gun? You don't, for what?
Just say 3 dudes come in there. I'm talking about real
There's
gangsters.
other weapons that they can have. They don't need a gun.
But if he said, sweetheart, I want a gun, and you would say, no, you don't need a gun. Get out there and fight. Is that how you would proceed?
You don't need a gun to do it.
That's what you would tell him. You don't need a gun with 3 dudes?
Nah, there's other things you can use in the house. You
Like
don't
what?
need a gun. You got bats in there. You got knives. You got other shit you can use. You don't need a gun.
So this is a really important piece to this, and understand as I lay this out, she's clearly not going to go any type of conversation around, would I ever use a gun to defend myself? Self-preservation's out the window. If it comes to a gun or self-preservation, I'm choosing not using a gun over self-preservation for myself and those that I love. We're about to dive into legit crazy stuff. But the big irony here is, what do you need a gun for? You don't need to hurt anyone. There's no reason to hurt anyone anyway. For what? What if 3 guys run into your apartment and invade your home? Well, you've got bats and knives and other things. So the issue isn't about violence. The issue is about the inanimate object. You just don't like a gun, but you're dressing it up as, why would you hurt someone? Keep in mind, the logic does not follow any understood path here. You don't need a gun because you can hurt people. You have other things to hurt people. It doesn't make any sense. Now, that's the first thing. Second thing I want to hit on here. There are 7 women at this table, and this is a very big part of the gun rights versus gun control debate. All 7 people there are taking part in the discussion. 1 is obviously anti-gun and left, talking the whole time. The other 6 are looking at her like she's crazy. Stay to your guns, stick to your points, and they will put themselves in their own corners with their own thought processes. Because these 6 women, you're about to watch the body language of when she continues to talk, they aren't down with how dumb this is. Let's continue. I got another one for you because this really is mind-blowing stuff.
About it.
There's 3 people in your house. What are you doing?
Well, fuck it. We're all dying then, I guess. Go ahead, have the gun. We're all just gonna have a shootout.
To just say we all gonna die just to not have a gun present?
I mean,
even if the person is proficient and they're using it to protect you, your children, from bad guys who want to do harm.
Okay, what if my guy did have a gun, right?
Okay.
And he has it, but there's 3 guys, right?
Yeah, bang, bang, bang.
There we go. You're dead anyways.
What you mean?
What if they pull out and they got you?
Because he has a gun.
Well,
he has a gun, but what if he ends up? What if someone gets him in the head? He's dead. He has the gun in his hand now. Now I'm dead.
No, you pick up the gun and then
How am I gonna pick up the gun? They're pointing it at me. So I ain't got time to grab the gun.
This is what it is. You want to make the fight. You want to make the fight is advantageous for you as possible. So having a gun is advantageous for you. And if you have fears of guns, it would behoove you to talk to somebody about it, or take a gun, go get shooting lessons.
Yeah.
And therefore you can overcome that fear, because at some point you may find a man that has a gun in the house, and that doesn't need.
That's such a key point. And hats off to Brandon, because that's very difficult to face without mockery. But you see the other women in the room going, what? You want to do, and you're prescribing this to me too? The third person in the room is the person that you will win with the gun rights argument, because you're coming from a place of logic. He even goes after training, and all the women start to go even more on his side. This is an important piece, because when you're debating abject crazy, I don't know this woman, I don't have any ill will against her, but what she's advocating is throwing your self-preservation out for a virtue signal. That's what she's advocating. I'm not down with that. That's a crazy decision. But the other women in the room are looking at her like, are you serious? Because the basic innate understanding of self-preservation through your gun rights is something that everyone understands. And that juxtaposition of get training, be comfortable, understand, be safe, versus nope, we're just going to die. Yeah, it's pretty obvious where that lands. All right. Now, this last one, again, this last one I saved on purpose for the very end for the punch of dramatic nature, because this is so far out there. People actually think this on the gun control left, and if they truly are in mass, then A, you can't help them, and B, we're going to win this gun rights fight more than you think we are, because watch this.
But what if they had a gun?
Crossbow.
Well, then you
But
know what?
it's too late now. They're in there. You can't be like, hey, y'all, hold on. Y'all got a gun?
Then-
No. You can't do that.
Then you know what? That's life. Maybe that's the way I gotta die. Then I gotta die. That's how I go.
You're going to be single for a long time.
So you rather somebody shoot you before you
You're going to get homeboy
your
killed.
son's life is on the line.
My son won't.
She has a child. She has a man. She has herself. Well, guess that's the way we got to go. She's putting her virtue signaling in front of her own life, her child's life, self-preservation, and maternal instinct. I don't know this individual, but that's as close as brainwashed as you're going to get. And another thing that I just want to highlight here real quick. In the scenario of the second clip that I just showed you, she says, I don't want a gun in the home, but let's say, hypothetically, my man has a gun, and the bad guys had a gun and took him out. So you're admitting that the bad guys could have a gun, and you want to swing with baseball bats and knives, even though you don't agree with violence with guns, but violence with those things. And they're not going to have guns. But the reason that I'm laying it out like this, it's a cyclical, self-destructive approach that makes no sense on its face whatsoever. When you're debating these type of people, you have to understand the other people in the room are the one you're going to flip to your side. You're not going to flip them. You're going to flip the others. The other women in the room are looking and going, what? And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments field below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.